Amazon's gadget aisle has gotten genuinely overwhelming, with thousands of products all claiming to be must-haves for your home. So we cut through the noise and focused specifically on gadgets with broad usefulness, strong review volume, and a genuinely clear reason to exist, rather than another generic alternative doing the same job worse. Some of these are cheap, 5-minute fixes, and a couple are real investments, but every single one earns its spot by solving an actual everyday problem. Number 10. KASA Smart Plug Ultra Mini 2-Pack. The KASA Smart Plug Ultra Mini 2-Pack, and it earns its spot as the easiest, cheapest possible entry point into home automation. For under $15, you get 2 compact Wi-Fi connected outlets, and that combination of low price and genuine usefulness is exactly why it's considered such an easy first smart home upgrade for anyone who hasn't dipped a toe into home automation yet. Once plugged into any standard wall outlet, each plug turns whatever's connected, a lamp, a fan, a space heater, into something you can control remotely from your phone, schedule automatically, or fold into a voice-controlled routine alongside other smart devices. The compact, ultra-mini design is a genuinely thoughtful detail too, since a lot of competing smart plugs are bulky enough to block the second outlet on a standard wall socket, which becomes a real annoyance the moment you actually try to use both plugs on the same outlet at once. Setup takes just a couple of minutes through the KASA app, with no wiring, no hub required, and no real technical knowledge needed beyond following a simple pairing process. Because it works with literally anything that plugs into a wall, the actual usefulness scales entirely with your own creativity, whether that's scheduling a lamp to turn on automatically at sunset, so you're never walking into a dark house, or getting a notification because a space heater was accidentally left running after you left for work. It integrates smoothly with major voice assistants too, letting you control connected devices with a simple spoken command rather than needing to open an app every time. Given how many other smart home devices on this list cost considerably more, the KASA plug represents one of the best value per dollar entries in the entire smart home category, which is exactly why it's such a commonly recommended starting point for anyone building out their first smart home setup. It won't be the centerpiece of anyone's home automation system, but as a cheap, genuinely reliable way to automate a couple of everyday devices, it delivers real, noticeable convenience for a genuinely tiny investment, which is exactly why it earns a spot on this list even as one of the more modest entries. Number 9. ROCKETBOOK Core Reusable Smart Notebook. The ROCKETBOOK Core, a reusable smart notebook that looks and feels like an ordinary notebook, but functions completely differently once you understand the technology built into it. You write in it using a specific compatible pen, and once a page is full, you simply wipe it clean with a damp cloth, erasing everything so the page can be reused again and again, essentially eliminating the need to buy a new paper notebook every time you fill one up. Before wiping a page clean, though, you scan it using the companion smartphone app, which instantly digitizes your handwritten notes and automatically uploads them to whichever cloud storage service you prefer, whether that's Google Drive, Dropbox, Evernote, or several others, meaning your handwritten notes get preserved permanently even though the physical page itself gets wiped and reused. Each page in the notebook includes small icon markers along the bottom, letting you tap a specific icon on the physical page before scanning to instantly route that particular note to a specific cloud folder. So a grocery list, a work meeting note, and a personal journal entry can all get automatically sorted into completely different digital destinations without any extra manual organizing on your part. That combination of old-fashioned handwriting with genuinely smart digital organization has made it a popular gadget for anyone who thinks and remembers better with a pen in hand, but still wants their notes searchable, backed up, and organized the way a digital app naturally allows. Beyond the organizational convenience, there's a genuine sustainability angle too, since a single ROCKETBOOK notebook can realistically replace dozens of traditional paper notebooks over its lifespan, cutting down meaningfully on paper waste for anyone who takes a lot of notes regularly. The compatible pen uses standard, widely available ink refills, and the pages themselves are specifically designed to handle repeated wiping and rewriting without degrading in texture or writing quality, even after extensive use. For students, professionals, or anyone who's tried and failed to fully switch to digital note-taking but still prefers the feel of actual handwriting, the ROCKETBOOK Core offers a genuinely clever middle ground that neither a plain paper notebook nor a fully digital tablet quite replicates on its own. Number 8. RENPHO Smart Scale. The RENPHO Smart Scale, a bathroom scale that's evolved well beyond a basic weight readout into a genuinely detailed body composition tracker, and it earns its spot as one of the most consistently recommended everyday carry health gadgets on Amazon. Rather than just displaying a single number, the scale uses bioelectrical impedance technology, sending an imperceptible, completely safe electrical signal through your feet to estimate body fat percentage, muscle mass, water weight, and several other body composition metrics. all from one simple step onto the platform. That data automatically syncs over Bluetooth to a companion app, building a genuine long-term history that reveals real trends over weeks and months, rather than the misleading day-to-day fluctuations that come from simply tracking total weight alone, since body weight naturally shifts due to hydration, meal timing, and other factors unrelated to actual fat loss or muscle gain. The scale supports multiple user profiles, automatically recognizing different household members based on stored weight and body composition patterns, which genuinely matters in any household where more than one person wants to track their own separate fitness goals without mixing up data. It also integrates smoothly with popular third-party fitness apps, letting weight and body composition data sync alongside step counts, workouts, and nutrition logs for a much more unified overall health picture rather than scattered, disconnected numbers across multiple separate apps. Build quality includes a tempered glass platform and reasonably precise sensors, and battery life tends to be excellent since the scale only draws power briefly during each individual use, often lasting many months on a standard set of batteries. For the price, which typically sits well under $50, it delivers a genuinely comprehensive amount of health tracking data that would have required far more expensive equipment just a few years ago. It's a small, unglamorous gadget sitting quietly on a bathroom floor, but for anyone serious about tracking real health progress rather than a single daily number, it turns a completely mundane fixture into a genuinely useful, ongoing source of meaningful data. Number 7. ANKER 10-000 mAh 30W Power Bank. The ANKER 10,000 mAh 30W Power Bank, and it earns its spot as the best portable charging solution on this list specifically because of one small but genuinely clever design choice: a built-in USB-C cable that's permanently attached to the unit itself. That single detail solves the single most common failure point of portable chargers: the moment you actually need to use your power bank and realize the charging cable is nowhere to be found, sitting forgotten in a different bag or left behind entirely. With the cable built directly into the power bank, that specific frustration disappears completely, since the exact cable you need is always physically attached and ready the moment you need it. At 10,000 mAh of capacity, it holds enough charge to fully recharge most modern smartphones roughly 2 to 3 times before needing to be recharged itself, making it a genuinely practical size for daily carry without becoming too bulky or heavy to comfortably toss in a bag or pocket. The 30-watt output supports genuinely fast charging on compatible devices, meaning it can top up a phone considerably quicker than older, lower wattage power banks, cutting down meaningfully on the amount of time you need to stay tethered to it during a busy day. Beyond phones, the same power bank works for tablets, wireless earbuds cases, and other USB-C compatible devices, giving it real versatility across an entire household's collection of electronics rather than being limited to just one type of gadget. Build quality from ANKER has remained a genuinely strong selling point across their entire product lineup, with reliable battery cells and consistent charging performance that holds up well over years of regular daily use. For anyone who's ever experienced the specific frustration of battery anxiety, a dying phone with no charger in sight, this power bank directly and permanently solves that problem, which is exactly why it's become such a consistently recommended pick for daily carry in 2026. Number 6. BELKIN Surge Protector. The BELKIN Surge Protector, a genuinely unglamorous but quietly essential household gadget that earns its spot by protecting an entire household's worth of expensive electronics from a single unpredictable event, a power surge. Unlike a basic power strip, which simply provides extra outlets without any real protection, a proper surge protector actively absorbs and redirects excess voltage during a power spike, whether that's caused by a lightning strike, a grid fluctuation, or even just a large appliance cycling on and off elsewhere in the home, preventing that dangerous voltage spike from reaching and permanently damaging whatever's plugged in. BELKIN's models typically include a genuinely generous number of outlets along with USB charging ports built directly into the unit, letting you consolidate charging for phones and tablets alongside protection for larger electronics like TVs, computers, and gaming consoles, all through one single device rather than juggling multiple separate power strips around an entertainment center or home office. Most quality models include a Joule rating printed clearly on the packaging, indicating exactly how much surge energy the unit can absorb before it needs replacing, and higher-rated models offer genuinely stronger protection for more sensitive, expensive equipment like a home computer or a high-end television. Many BELKIN surge protectors also include a connected equipment warranty, backing the promise of protection with an actual financial guarantee that covers repair or replacement costs if connected devices are damaged despite being plugged into the protector. A genuinely reassuring detail for anyone protecting several $1,000s worth of electronics with a single $20 or $30 device. Given how genuinely expensive it can be to replace a damaged television, computer, or gaming console after a serious power event, The relatively small upfront cost of a quality surge protector represents one of the best value to protection ratios of any gadget on this entire list. It's not exciting, and it's not something most people think about until the moment they genuinely need it. But for anyone with meaningful money invested in home electronics, it's an easy, practical upgrade that pays for itself the very first time it actually does its job. Number 5. Roku Express 4K Plus. The Roku Express 4K Plus, a compact streaming device that earns its spot by solving one of the most common and genuinely frustrating household tech problems: a smart TV with a slow, clunky, or outdated built-in interface. Rather than replacing an entire television just because its native smart TV software has become sluggish or stopped receiving updates, the Roku Express plugs directly into any HDMI port and instantly gives that same TV a completely fresh, fast, modern streaming interface, effectively rescuing an older or annoying smart TV without the expense of buying a brand new one. Supporting full 4K resolution along with HDR for improved picture quality on compatible content, it delivers a genuinely noticeable visual upgrade on top of the interface improvement, particularly for anyone still using an older TV that technically supports 4K, but whose built-in smart platform never fully took advantage of it. The Roku operating system itself remains one of the most consistently praised streaming interfaces available, offering a simple, unified home screen that pulls together virtually every major streaming service in one place, rather than forcing you to bounce between different manufacturer-specific apps with inconsistent navigation and search functionality. Setup is refreshingly simple, typically taking just a few minutes to plug in, connect to Wi-Fi, and sign into your existing streaming accounts, with no complicated configuration required beyond that initial setup. The remote control includes dedicated one-touch buttons for several major streaming services, letting you jump directly into a specific app without navigating through menus first, and voice search functionality lets you find a specific show or movie by simply speaking into the remote rather than typing out a search with an on-screen keyboard. Because it's small enough to tuck discreetly behind a TV and draws minimal power, it's an easy, low-commitment upgrade for any household still dealing with a frustratingly slow or outdated smart TV interface. For the relatively modest price, it delivers one of the fastest, most immediately noticeable tech upgrades on this entire list, transforming the daily experience of using a TV without requiring any bigger investment. Number 4. Apple AirTag. The Apple AirTag, and it earns a genuinely high spot on this list as one of the single most broadly useful gadgets you can buy, largely because it solves a problem that's remained frustratingly unsolved for basically all of human history: losing your keys, wallet, or bag. Once attached to or slipped inside whatever you're most likely to misplace, the AirTag continuously communicates with nearby Apple devices over Bluetooth, letting you view its last known location directly on a map through the Find My app, or trigger a loud, distinctive chime remotely if the missing item is somewhere nearby in your own home, buried under a couch cushion or lost in a coat pocket. What makes it genuinely more powerful than older tracking devices is Apple's massive, crowdsourced Find My network, meaning that if you lose an item far from home, any other nearby iPhone or Apple device from that enormous global network can passively and anonymously detect your AirTag signal and relay its location back to you, all without the other person's device or privacy being compromised in any way. That network effect is exactly why AirTags have become such a reliable, genuinely useful tool for recovering lost items in situations that used to be essentially hopeless, like a lost bag left behind in an unfamiliar city or a wallet dropped somewhere in a crowded public space. Battery life lasts roughly a year on a single easily replaceable coin battery, keeping long-term maintenance minimal, and the device itself is small and lightweight enough to attach to virtually anything without adding noticeable bulk. Beyond just recovering genuinely lost items, plenty of people use AirTags proactively too, tossing one into checked luggage before a flight to track its journey in real time, or attaching one to a car to help remember exactly where it's parked in an unfamiliar, sprawling parking garage. For anyone who owns an iPhone and has ever experienced the specific panic of a missing wallet, bag, or set of keys, the AirTag solves an expensive, stressful problem before it even fully happens, which is exactly why it's consistently ranked as one of the single best overall gadgets available on Amazon. Number 3. LEVOIT Air Purifier. The LEVOIT Air Purifier, and it earns a high spot on this list as one of the most practical, genuinely health-focused home upgrades available, addressing an issue most people don't think much about until allergy season. Wildfire smoke, or a persistently dusty home makes it impossible to ignore. Using a multi-stage filtration system, typically including a pre-filter to catch larger particles like pet hair and dust, followed by a true HEPA filter capable of capturing up to 99.9% of airborne particles as small as 0.3 microns, it meaningfully improves indoor air quality by removing allergens, dust, pet dander, and other fine particulate matter that regular cleaning simply can't fully address. Many models also include an activated carbon layer specifically designed to absorb odors, from cooking smells to pet odors, adding a genuinely noticeable improvement to how fresh a room feels beyond just measurable air quality alone. Quiet operation is a genuine strength across the LEVOIT lineup, with most models running quietly enough on lower fan settings to use comfortably in a bedroom overnight without disrupting sleep, while still offering higher speed settings for quickly clearing the air in a room after cooking or cleaning. Smart features on higher-end models include an air quality sensor that automatically adjusts fan speed in real time based on detected particulate levels, along with app connectivity that lets you monitor air quality remotely and control the purifier from your phone or through voice assistant integration. Filter replacement reminders help ensure the unit keeps performing effectively over time, since a HEPA filter's effectiveness genuinely does decline as it accumulates trapped particles, and most models make swapping in a fresh filter a simple, tool-free process. Given the genuinely well-documented health benefits of cleaner indoor air, particularly for anyone with allergies, asthma, or sensitivity to smoke and other airborne irritants, an air purifier represents one of the more meaningfully impactful home upgrades on this entire list, addressing something that directly affects daily comfort and long-term health rather than just convenience alone. Number 2. ROBOROCK Robot Vacuum and Mop. The ROBOROCK Robot Vacuum and Mop, a top seller on Amazon that earns its spot by combining genuinely powerful cleaning performance with smart, largely hands-off functionality. Delivering 8,000 pascals of suction power, it pulls debris, dust, and hair strands effectively off both hard flooring and carpeted areas, and it's specifically engineered to boost its suction power automatically the moment it senses a transition from hard flooring onto carpet, ensuring consistently thorough cleaning regardless of the specific surface it's working across. Beyond vacuuming, it handles mopping in the same single pass, using a dry mopping motion across carpeted areas to avoid leaving them wet, then switching to a wet mop with water specifically on hard flooring, and drying the floor afterward as part of the same cleaning cycle, effectively combining two separate cleaning steps into one continuous, automated process. Tangle-free technology built into its all-rubber main brush is a genuinely significant practical upgrade too, since pet hair and long hair notoriously wrap around and jam the bristle brushes found on many older or cheaper robot vacuums. While the rubber brush design on this model is specifically engineered to avoid that buildup, meaning noticeably less manual maintenance and untangling required between cleaning cycles. Navigation relies on precise mapping technology, letting the robot build a detailed floor plan of your home and clean in efficient, methodical patterns rather than the random, inefficient bouncing motion of older generation robot vacuums, while also allowing you to set specific no-go zones or schedule cleaning for particular rooms individually through the companion app. App control extends to real-time monitoring too, letting you watch cleaning progress unfold on a live map from anywhere. And voice assistant integration lets you start a cleaning cycle with a simple spoken command rather than needing to open an app every time. For the combination of genuinely strong suction, integrated mopping, and tangle-resistant maintenance, it's easy to see why this particular model has become such a consistently popular, highly rated pick on Amazon, delivering meaningfully more hands-off cleaning than most households have ever experienced from a standard upright vacuum. Number 1. Samsung Bespoke Family Hub Smart Refrigerator. And that brings us to number 1. And it's genuinely the most ambitious, most transformative household gadget on this entire list. The Samsung Bespoke Family Hub Smart Refrigerator. Priced at a genuine premium reflecting just how much technology is packed into it. This refrigerator uses built-in AI-powered inventory tracking to actually monitor what's stored inside, using internal cameras and sensors to keep a running, real-time record of your food supply, then suggesting recipes based specifically on what's actually available in your fridge at any given moment, turning meal planning into something considerably less tedious than staring blankly into an open fridge trying to figure out what to cook. That inventory awareness genuinely helps reduce food waste too, since the system can flag items that are approaching their expiration date or have been sitting unused for an unusually long time, prompting you to actually use them before they inevitably end up in the trash. Beyond the food tracking itself, the large built-in touchscreen display functions as a genuine command center for the entire household, letting family members share a synchronized calendar, leave digital notes for each other, stream music, or even mirror content from a connected television or smart display, effectively consolidating several separate household coordination tools into one central screen mounted directly on the refrigerator door. Smart home integration allows it to connect with other compatible devices throughout the house, letting you control lighting, check security camera feeds, or adjust the thermostat directly from the fridge's touchscreen without needing to pull out a separate phone or tablet. Voice assistant support built directly into the unit lets you add items to a shopping list, set timers, or check the weather hands-free while you're in the middle of cooking. A genuinely practical convenience, given how often your hands are already occupied in the kitchen. Given its considerable price tag, it's clearly not a casual purchase the way most other gadgets on this list are, but as a genuine, comprehensive reimagining of what a refrigerator can actually do beyond simply keeping food cold. It represents the single most ambitious, most forward-looking household gadget available on Amazon in 2026, which is exactly why it earns the top spot on this entire list.